yards, 6,553 if you include the playoffs, with a skill position group that was, aside from Travis, Juju Smith-Schuster, MVS, their leading touchdown receiver was Jerick McKinnon, their leading rusher was a 7th-round rookie, and they went 17-3 and scored 30 points per game. And I think that was, I've got something to prove to you guys, Patrick. I think they have that Patrick back and the right personnel. So, yes, I think this absolutely could be the best Chiefs team.
A lot of that's true. I mean, if they get it done, and the receiving core, I really like if they're healthy.
Yep.
And Rice
and unsuspended.
Second half of the year. And is the same player he was before he got suspended. You kind of stole my thunder early because I do think Mahomes is being nice, to use your phrase. Like, he didn't just – it's not like he's like saying to Nick or someone, this could be our best team ever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he was asked, could this be your best team? And I think the way he said, of course you're going to say, you won 3 Super Bowls. You have the credibility to say that. You're not going to say no. So I think he sees the potential. Like every year he thinks they can win the Super Bowl, and they obviously can. So I don't think he's like seeing something here that he didn't see in some of the other teams. But to your point, you're right. Now, I'm partial to the old teams where they were more offensive.
Yep.
I do think you got to, obviously you're not going to have prime Kelce. Even if he has a good season, he's not what he was in 22 or 19 when they won the Super Bowl. You would have, Xavier Worthy would have to not duplicate Tyreek Hill, but come close. Make us think about, wow, he's kind of having that type of impact. I don't think Pacheco, now maybe last year I know he only played half the season, not even half, and wasn't the same.
They never had a great running
back.
But
he was, his early on,
his first rookie year, 22.
He was really, and then Edwards-Helaire was, they were nice tandem.
Yep.
So I don't think Pacheco, maybe last year was just getting back from injury, but he was under 4 yards of pop.
Yep.
So if he has to get back to that guy too. I agree with the defense. I think it was 22 when they had a top 11 defense, not top 10, and the offense was best in the league.
Yeah,
so that would probably have to go down as the best team. But I do think what you said is correct. Like if the receivers are healthy and Mahomes does have his light show, then sure, it could be the best.
You're kind of writing off prime Travis, but Travis came out with a big article in GQ. Here's what he said on his bounce back season. Here he is with an alligator. I think it might have slipped a little bit because I did have a little bit more focus in trying to set myself up, and opportunities came up where I was excited to venture into a new world of acting and being an entertainer.
You go ahead, sorry.
So the pictures are amazing and very artistic and cool, I would say. I could see how people would take shots at them. Buried within like the Taylor talk and the entertainer talk is Travis Kelce out here grinding away in Florida, and a big interview with his trainer about how he is going to be very fast and very effectively fast. So this made me think, after reading the article, that we are going to see a Kelce renaissance.
Well, so listen, I do not think we are going to have a vintage Kelce season. I do think he can be better than he was the last 2 years. You know what I mean? Like the happy medium. Vintage Kelce is the greatest receiving threat in the history of the position.
Okay, well, all right, take it down a notch from there.
What? No, that's what I'm. I wasn't. Was that a Gronk response?
No. I'm saying if it's here, I'm just saying here.
Yeah. Right. So I think he can. I think he will have a year where he will be one of the 3 best players at his position again. I think Bowers will be great. I think Kelce will be great, and then wild card tight end that has a great year. Maybe the kid in Arizona. I shouldn't say the kid, but there's other guys who it could be. But What I think is maybe more noteworthy is this. I am never going to doubt, and I don't think anyone should doubt, how hard Patrick works. And I think Travis, over the course of his career, has been an insanely hard worker, but he's saying he was working hard at a bunch of different things. I do think there was, after you win the Super Bowl the way they did 2 years ago, the year with all the drops, and they go on the road, and they go through the gauntlet, and then throughout the beginning of last year, Brew, you just consistently play blah and then win. A sense of inevitability and invincibility. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Could permeate a team that I don't think is that rare across sports when a team consistently wins. The difference is usually in those other sports, it doesn't take one terrible night to ruin your year. You know what I mean? The sense of we're just better than everyone. And then even if you do take a team lightly, you can, over the course of a series, overpower them. The Chiefs didn't have that opportunity.
Chiefs-Chargers, 24 days in Rio. We're going to head to college where number
24 days.
Yeah. Number 1, Texas opens up the season at number 3, Ohio State on Fox. The odd part about the odds, Longhorns are number 1 and 2.5-point underdogs. First time since 1978. Number 1 team hasn't been favored in the opener. Is this disrespectful?
Well, look, I'm from Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
So go Buckeyes. All right.
I thought you paid a lot of money for Michigan.
I did, but my daughter's out of there now, so I'm back on the Buckeyes. But this is absolutely disrespectful. Are we number 1 or not? Are we the best team in the country or not? I get it. It's in Columbus. It's in Ohio. But still, is the football field still 100 yards? The ball is the same size.
Love it.
I mean, I'm serious. If we're the best team in the country, then we're supposed to win. Don't make us number 1 in the preseason and then say, you know what, you got a week. You got 1 week to be the best team in the country, and then that's it. I mean, so it is absolute, and they're not even. It's not even like as great as Ohio State is. Obviously, defending national champion. They're number 3. Penn State is number 2. So it is completely disrespectful. It's actually good fodder for them.
I vehemently disagree. So listen, Ohio State has been an underdog at home once since 2011. They are always favored at home. And the one time they was a Michigan-Ohio State game when both teams were competing in theory for a national championship. Michigan was a slight favorite in that game. This to me, the 1978 stat, sorry to be a company shill for a moment, but I will, is actually a stat about how unbelievable this game is. Because do you know why the number 1 team in the nation is never an underdog in week 1? Because the number 1 team in the nation is never on the road against an awesome team in week 1. They are usually either playing a patsy or it's a neutral site game. And in a neutral site game, I agree with Brew. If you are the number 1 team in the nation and you're playing on a neutral site, you should be the favorite. But when you're number 1 versus 3 and in the coaches poll it's 1 versus 2 and it's at the shoe, then you're going to be the underdog, especially when Ohio State might have the number 1 player in the 2026 draft and 2027 draft. Caleb Downs might be the best player in this upcoming draft. He won't go number 1 because he's not a quarterback. And Jeremiah Smith will be the number 1 player in the 2027 draft.
But they might have the number 1 pick too. If Arch Manning pops.
They'll have the number 1 quarterback for sure. Listen, I think Texas is, obviously these are 2 great teams. But you're not going to be a favorite in Ohio State against a great Buckeye team. You're just not.
So if you were voting, would you bake that in?
No, of course not. What they are saying is the voters think Texas and Ohio State, if they were to play at Arrowhead in Kansas City, neutral geographically and everything, Texas is slightly better. And if they were playing in how about this? If they were playing in Texas, I think it's Texas by 3.5. And in Ohio State, it's Ohio State by 2.5. And on a neutral site, it's Texas by 1. That's what I think.
Does that make you feel better if you're a Longhorn?
No.
No. They actually did Texas a favor.
But they also
did Texas a favor.
in the playoff
ready,
last year, and Ohio State won. I know it's different rosters, but...
Okay. Kyle Shanahan gives Brandon Ayuk a timetable, and it's not great news for Purdy. Look, he's already sad.
Luckily, they paid him.
Next on FS1 on the Fox Sports Channel on SiriusXM.
Subaru and our retailers are supporting students in high-need schools by giving